sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
On the double. 26 Mike. Get that quarterback at all costs. Quick the edge. Come. Shoot.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. The pitch out to Breida. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
We got 4. Check 13. Check 36.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end could be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
Let's go.
Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Hey, switch gears.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again, being chased out left. He's going to take off with it, and they'll get him to the ground. He has another first. Down at the Colts 34-yard line.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day.
Catch is made by Marquise Brown. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Colts 24-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Watch the screen. Check 43. Wait. Check right.
To throw is Jackson. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
This is Breida. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
How about this opening drive? Play number 12 now. This is 3rd down. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. What's good on the extra point? And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
90, Wolf. He's coming. We got double up. They go.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also moved the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now a play fake here on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he stopped immediately there. Clayton Gathers makes the stop. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, zero nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Drop deep. Kill. Switch. Back. Rotate.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Set, hut, he found the base. Damn, miss, 55. Watch the slant.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And the win last week, punted 4 times as this one's away. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18.
Check. Fresno.
On the ground, this is Williams. He's got a first down past the 30. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, shoot. 95, Mike. What's 95? Yeah. You don't want to know. 95 is a sample. Lee Griffin.
Looking to throw. Bell. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, five.
Looking to throw on second down. Bell. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So first and 10 now from the 30. Williams. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
You ain't doing nothing today. Hey, Alpha. 95 is Mike. What's 95? Better bring. You better bring. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring.
To throw on second down. Bell. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Eric Ebron, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Get ready.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
55 to Mike. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
On second down, Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at about the 14. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in the game.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
All day, every day, any day.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A huge play that time for the Colts. 61 yards that time on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
Go, go.
Back to throw. Bell. Catch made here by Campbell. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Leo.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Paris Campbell with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They go with Jacobs. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Hey, Charlie. Check his mic. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. 95's Mike. Watch 95. Hey, Echo. 95's the Sandno. Check his dude.
Throwing on first down. Bell. Campbell making the catch. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
95's the Sandno. Check his mic. In your face.
Looking to throw on second down. Bell. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
.36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Hey, 4 down. 4 down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Hey, come on. I know he ain't got it. Tight end Rick. Check. Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo. 4 down. 4 down. Check. 4 down. 4 down. Mike 55. Mike 55.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Check right. Check right. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Wide. 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 Get wide. Kill. 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 Let it go.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Tackled there by Alex Anzalone.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. We saw this a lot in the 1st half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On 3rd down, Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven 1st.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson now. This will be caught by Brown. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here's Jacobs. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Here we go. Set. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Off. Mike 50. Mike.
2nd down and goal. Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh? Get your swerve on. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
From the gun, Jackson steps away. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
General West.
Now Williams. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Rock it. Ready?
Again, it's Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down.
On the set. You ain't got nothing. Smooth. You draw Porter. Come on, the ball. 95 to Sam. Don't check his mic.
Looking to throw. Bell. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL,
the Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2. Much more manageable.
I got 15.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Jackson now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They run it again with Williams. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
1st down, Indianapolis.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Check three. Recon, 152 fighter. Check three.
They'll run it with Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, Haywood. Come on, D.
And the blitz does come. And that is incomplete. There was the pressure you were talking about, force the incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Three-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Throwing again on second down. Jackson throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Showing it. 81. Check. Ball. Jim.
Now it's Breida. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
On the set. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Slam. Check it back. Match. Right. Big air. Slam.
They run with Breida. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
To throw is Jackson on 3rd and 2. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Matt Breida, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. That option pitch we saw, we don't witness a ton of that in the NFL, but it worked there down near the goal line for a score.
And it's actually a great call in goal line situations because as more and more quarterbacks enter the league with that mobility and having run option in college, more pro teams are adding it to their arsenal. And now it's not just, does the quarterback run it? Does he pitch it? Now they've added that 3rd element. He can rise up and throw the ball as well.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, exit. Bravo.
Back to throw. Bell over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to cut the lead to 1. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Here it comes, here it comes. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Bang, 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 bang.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Ravens, they do finish things out with a victory here in the final week, but the victories were few and far between as they'll end the year 5-11. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they go out with a bit of a whimper as they wrap up a very trying 3-13 season. And this front office will have plenty of work to do in the draft and through free agency.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all. Honey, y'all, dash, honey, y'all, dash, honey, y'all, dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weak.